recording. Hare Krishna. Welcome you all. And it's the time. Let's go for it. Let's do the Mangala Charan and we shall resume back to our session on the journey of self-discovery. Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-jana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapadakamalam
Vandeham
Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalgnatavitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhavitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale
Swayam
Srimate
Rupam
Bhaktivedanta
Gadamayiram Dadanti
Swami
Swampadantikam
Namaste Saraswati
Saraswati
Deve
Devai
Gauravani
Gauravani
Pracharine
Pacharine
Nirvishesha
Nirvishesha
Shunyavadi
Gaunyavadi
Paschatya
Pashtancha
Deshatarine
Chaitadine
Jaya Shri
Vande
Krishna
Aham Shri
Chaitanya
Nya
Prabhu Nityananda
Sudhyananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadara
Gadadharam
Shri
Sadanti
Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Bhakta
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna everyone. So good to have you all. As promised last time, this time let's do Narsimha Dev's Aarti and Hare Krishna Mahamant, and then we will move on. Right? So who would like to do Narsimha Dev's Aarti, please?
Can I do it?
Sure.
Can I do it?
Krishna Chaitanya, yes, please, go on. We will follow you after you. Yeah?
Me?
Yes,
Me?
Krishna Chaitanya, if you will do it, you lead us, you will say, and then we will repeat after you. Is that good?
Yep.
Great. Go on, please.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladala Dadahine.
Praladadaine.
Hiranyakashipu Vaksaha.
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha.
Shilatanaka Nakaya Ye.
Shilatan kana kanae.
Ito Narsima Parato Narsima.
Ito Narsima Parato Narsima.
Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsima.
Yato yato yami tato Narsima.
Bahir Narsimo Hidrayi Narsimo.
Bahir Narsima Hirde Narsima.
Narsinghamadhim Sharanam Prapate.
Narasimha Padim Sharanam Prapade.
Tava Kara Kamalavadi He Nakam Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya
Kare Kamal Vare Nakam Bhuta Shringa. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa. Keshavadeta Narahari Rupa Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Narsimhadev, 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 Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Narsingh Jaya Prahlad Narsingh Jaya Prahlad Narsingh Jaya Prahlad Narsingh
Jaya Prahlad Narsimha, Jaya Prahlad Narsimha, Jaya Prahlad Narsimha, Jaya Prahlad Narsimha.
Jaya Lakshmi Narsingh Jaya Lakshmi Narsingh Jaya Lakshmi Narsingh Jaya Lakshmi Narsingh
Jaya Lakshmi Jagger Singh, Jaya Lakshmi Jagger Singh, Jaya Lakshmi Nara Singh, Jaya Lakshmi Nara Singh.
Narasimha. Finished.
Narsimha Dev ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev Maharaj ki jai. Jai Jai Radhesham. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. And that was very nice. It's after a while we did Narasimha Arati, but I think like what we used to do it before, we should do it in all our sessions. Right, okay. I hope my screen is still visible, which I believe it is. Great. Now, Adi, would you like to do Hare Krishna Mahamantra, please?
Yes, please.
Yes. Go on, please.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, Adi, please.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
One more time, Adi, please.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shivani, would you like to do it as well, please?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra, please.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, please.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, please.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you, Krishna Chaitanya, for Narasimha Arati. Thank you, Adi and Shivani, for Hare Krishna Mahamantra, reciting 3 times. If we don't do it already, we should, and just give it a go. Try in the morning, in the evening, 3 times at least. But more you will do, better it is. But again, when you will chant, you will able to feel it. And the reason I have not asked Ishan, because maybe this is the first time Ishan has heard it, but this is how we used to do it when we were on Bhagavad Gita. We do so Mangla Charan, then we do Narasimha Dev's Arati, and then we do around 3 devotees will do 3 times recitation of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and then we resume back to our session. So maybe next time Ishan could join if Ishan would like to, right? Well, thank you so much. And that reminded me of few other devotees who could not make it today. For example, Navneet. Navneet has actually moved back. He's in India at the moment, so he could not join because it's a bit late. So his mom was in touch. And Avni, used to do it, and Sohani used to do it like 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and all 3 times in different tunes. And they could not attend it, just like Roham, because there is another session in the morning for kids. So they are there, so that's why they could not make it today in the Sunday evening. So because Sunday mornings are there for them. So we are missing the devotees, and that's what the devotees are. If devotees are good, whichever way they are, then others, they seek their association. And hopefully all of us will be like that. Let's resume back what we said. This was the last slide last week, where we said 5 major topics in Bhagavad Gita. We said first is Ishwar. It says about God. Then Jiva, which is living entity. So that's the second one. That's us. And then, of course, the relationship between us and Ishwar. Then Prakriti, the material nature around us, whatever we have. And then Kala, time. Because one of the main difference between spiritual world and material world is that in spiritual world, there is no time. Imagine if there is no time, nobody gonna go old. Things will stay. Now, somebody might say it's very boring, but that's why we say, because this material world is based on time, this is temporary. And sometimes people also refer it as unreal, that it could be one of those dreams which will happen. But again, that's the understanding, just how we understand that it's temporary, right? And then the 5th one is karma. What do we do? And this is a big topic. This is a big topic because Ishwar is there, independent, and we are there. But how do we do so we can go back to, or we can realize Krishna, we can realize Ishwar, or we can realize God through our karma. Our actions should be like that, so we can go back to Ishwar. And where we will do action? We will do action in Prakriti, in material nature. There are 3: goodness, passion, ignorance. So in this material world, whatever we do, we eat, we speak, we hear, we taste, we touch. Whatever we do in 3 modes of material nature. And then how long we have, based on the time given to us. It says there are 6 things which are fixed: the birth and death. So when somebody is going to take birth and when somebody is going to leave the body, that's been decided. And the next thing is that how much happiness and sorrow we're going to get. So how happy we're going to get, how sorrow we're going to get it, based on our own previous karma that has already been decided. Right? And then how famous we're going to become, how glorification we're going to get.
Prabhuji?
Yes, please. Krish Chaitanya.
No, sorry, you weren't talking for a second, so I thought.
All right, okay. Could you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
All right. Okay. So I was there. I'm here. Let me know. Thank you, Krishna Chaitanya. If you can't hear me, give me a shout again. Thank you. So yes, our karmas, our actions, they're very important. So 6 things which are predestined: the birth and death, happiness, unhappiness, joy, sorrow, yash, apyash, that's in Hindi or Sanskrit, which says how famous we're going to get or how much defining we're going to get, which is like a bad mouth, bad word. All this is based on previous karma. This has been decided. Then you will say everything is done. What else is left? Or something is left. How are we going to react to the karma? How are we going to react to the actions? That's, for example, we cannot control others' reactions, right? We are sitting in a class waiting for the teacher. Somebody else will come and start troubling us. Of course, we need to defend ourselves. But how are we going to react to that person? Let's say there are 2 children there, and the same child comes and he irritates both of them. One of them gets irritated and starts saying bad thing to the child, and the other one doesn't. Let's say he didn't say anything because that's his attitude. He doesn't do it. Not that he's going to take bullies on, Or he just replies back with a smile. He doesn't say anything bad, even though the person was bad. So the reaction is in our hand. We will see with the first child, there might be a fight. With the second one, sooner or later, there will be peace. But again, that doesn't mean that we just keep tolerating if somebody is bullying us. Right? That's the intricacy of it. And it's very simple to understand, maybe, but to implement, it's very, 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 very hard. Now, again, chapter 3 Bhagavad Gita is based on karma. And we have seen there could be 3 different kinds of karma. But the best one is Nishkam Karma Yoga. NKY, as we said it. Okay. So now we're going to see what's dharma. Because when we say the karma in the middle is in our hands, we're going to do the karma based on our karma. Karma is what? The actions we do and sometimes the reactions we make for others. So we don't want to react to others. We want to respond to others, or whichever way we will see. We can react or we can respond. And there could be a subtle difference between two. Now, anyone knows what does this word means, dharma? Thank you. Adi says it's rhyme. Yeah, it does. What does dharma means? You might have heard of religion. Yeah. A lot of fight, a lot of argument, a lot of discussions. A lot has been said on religion. But what does that really mean? It says, when I say it's, the Vedic wisdom says, dharma means intrinsic. What does that mean? Characteristics. That's which is so much inbuilt that you cannot get rid of it. That which is constant companion. It's always there. It's always there. That's what we call dharma. So what is your dharma? What is my dharma? What is the dharma of human beings? What is the dharma of all the living beings? How to understand that? Liquidity is dharma of water. So if you have water, it got to be liquid. You cannot have solid water. Now someone might say, well, you could have ice. Well, yes, but then that's not water. That's ice. But yeah, there could be a different form of ice, right? But it got to be liquid. The state could be different, but again, once it will come to the normal temperature, then it will be, or the room temperature, it will be liquid. Now we can understand in many other forms. Sweetness is an inseparable characteristic of sugar. If it's sugar, it got to be sweet, because that's the definition of sugar. There can't be a sour sugar, right? So these things, these properties, these attributes, they cannot be removed. For example, heat and light are inseparable from fire. If the fire is there got to be heat and light. You cannot have a fire. And again, all these things, they will never differentiate based on color, caste, creed, any definition you will take. If there is a fire, that fire will burn anyone, young or old, black or white, or anyone, male, female, anything you think of. And that's what we call the intrinsic nature. That's what we call dharma, the property. Now, we are humans. What's our dharma? What's there in us which we cannot remove? Anybody got anything you can think of? Like you say, Prabhuji, I think whatever I do, I cannot take this thing out of me, or maybe human beings in general. What is that intrinsic, inseparable characteristic of a living being? Do you know? It says to serve. Now, how to understand that? To serve, somebody who serves is a servant. Nobody wants to be servant. But don't we all love to serve? We serve our parents. We serve the elders in the society. Lots and lot of volunteers are there. There are so many people who work free of cost. Sometimes they put their own money. Why? You know, especially those who retire, they have more time. What do? Most of the time, they work in volunteer organizations. They don't get anything. Well, they don't get anything material. They don't get the money out of it. They invest their time. What do they get? They get the happiness. And if you think about it, we all, if we say, okay, we will give you money, but then you're alone. Nobody's around you. You just go, take your money, do whatever you want to do. Remember, at the end of chapter 1, Arjun said to Lord Krishna, what will I do with this kingdom if my relatives are going to die in this war? Because if you have money, you would like to serve others. And those, for example, Bill Gates, what he's doing, full time, he has joined the charity founded by his wife. Why? The richest person on the planet. Well, not anymore, I think. Amazon's boss is the richest. Oh, last time I checked. But well, more or less near and there. Of course, because he has given a lot of money. Why? J.K. Rowling, for example. She was a billionaire. Now she's a millionaire. Wow! How did that happen? Because she has donated so much. Why? Because these people, after getting so much riches, that they could get almost anything which money can buy, then they realize, after having all that money, that money doesn't give the happiness. When we serve others, and of course the rich people have money, so they serve others by sharing, contributing. And if you don't have money to share, you share the love you have. You don't really need to have. You don't really need to have just money. Whichever way you could serve. And there are many examples. So all the politicians, what do they say? Of course, a lot of them, they work for power as well. But they say we are servants. If you think about it, everyone, whether you are human working for animal or taking care of animal or animal, they all like to. If you think about it, being within the family, don't you think you would like to, when you have the chance, you like to serve others? And that serve others could be when a friend of yours say, well, I forgot the pen today. I forgot the pencil today. Do you have two? Don't you get the pleasure when you share yours and say, I have one. Would you like to use it? And the happiness you have and the gratitude you receive, that cannot be bought. You cannot buy. You cannot say, okay, I will give you 10 quid, 10 pound today. Express your gratitude towards me. Can you? Try that if you have not tried. I'm sure you will have a laugh. Right. So this is what we say. The dharma of every soul is to serve God with love and devotion. Remember, we are human beings, and we have discussed this, that being human being, we are not this material body, we are the spiritual soul inside. Right? Because the body is there. Even the dead body is a body, but it's a dead. Why? Because the soul has left. And that's why chapter 2, the very first thing Krishna explains to Arjun is about soul. So we need to serve God with love and devotion. Now, serve is not in the feeling of getting afraid. If I will not serve, a lot of time this happens. I remember the time I was a student. Well, I'm sure in India, still a lot of people would be doing it. But there was a time, if you won't do this, for example, on Tuesdays, if you will go and offer something to Hanumanji, well, you will get first class in your exams. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's easy. That's easy. Hanumanji is going to do your paper or what? Nah. Hanumanji needs your money. Hanumanji needs our money. Nah. Not really. He doesn't want it. But isn't it greed? Isn't it like a trade we are doing? Okay, we will offer this and we will get that. Hanumanji is himself a servant of Lord Rama. He is the exemplary Hanumanji, the way he serves Lord Rama. Nobody could. Nobody could. He's one of those devotees of Lord Rama. So every soul is an individual, like we have discussed this. And Bhagavad Gita, it says, and chapter 15, Krishna says this, 13th verse, Krishna says, are part and parcel. So we are, each one of us is different because we are not never going to die. Krishna says, Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. The body will go, but the soul will never. Right? So the soul will never. We have separate souls. And we are independent. To do what? To serve God with love and devotion or not. For example, each one of us are children. Well, I'm also a child of my parents. Maybe a grown-up, but a child indeed. So now think about it. Our parents, our mothers, they cook so much. Sometimes dad also cook. And dad also, mothers also, they go out, they work hard, they earn money. And what do? They spend so much on the children. Now, after the session, especially being Mother's Day, if you haven't already, express your gratitude towards your parents, especially your mom. Right? Because when they serve, don't you think? Because what is serving? When you don't expect anything in return. And you do it with love. When you don't do it with love, when you do it because you want something back, that's greed. You want something, you are doing a trade. Like you sometimes kids do. Sometimes parents teach kids to do it. Like if you will get first class in your exam, I will get you mobile phone, a smartphone, tablet, this or that. And then kids say, okay, I got this exam, the next one. What will you give me now if I will get this first class? Right? I remember the very first time Aaron said to me, I said, well, this is what you're supposed to do. You're a student. Your prescribed duty is being a student, to study. What do you want in return of that? But if we think about ourselves being humans, our parents been serving, and being the parent, we serve our kids. And then if kids will do what the kids will do, kids can show the gratitude towards parents. And this is what, if you understand Bhagavad Gita, Arjun is saying to Krishna. And this is another verse from chapter 15. Chapter 15 is very nice. Even chapter 15, verse 15 is great. But what does it say? There are two classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible. And in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. So what we're saying, we are in material world, we are fallible. Okay, Shivani, you got your virtual hand raised. Is it by mistake or would you like to say something?
No, it was in the middle when you were saying something. Your voice was just cutting a bit. That's all. I lowered my hand, but I don't know. Yeah, okay, I lowered my hand, but I think I put it up again by accident.
Right. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Great. Well done, Adi. Adi just sent the message that Adi created and hopefully presented the mother's card, which is great. We should show gratitude towards everyone. Every one of us. We should show gratitude. And the happiness we get, it's out of this world. Why? Why out of this world? Because in this world, most of the things we say we can buy, well, whatever is material, we try to buy from the money. But here we are saying we are talking about those things which you cannot buy. Like one of the Prabhuji, Gaur Gopal Prabhuji, he said it, that some people are so poor, so poor. Some people are so poor that the only thing they have is money. The only thing they have is money. And that's so true if you think about it. If you have money but nobody to live with, nobody to share with. See, we say you have money, use it only for yourself. You cannot use that money for anyone else. Even if you think about it. So today in the night when you will just go to the bed, just think about it. You got unlimited money. Think what you're going to do with that. The things you will buy with those. What will you do? Think, okay, I got the Xbox. Okay, I play Xbox in the morning, in afternoon, night. Okay, all right, okay. Next thing, okay, I might get the car, I might get a bigger house. Okay, but I'm only alone, so nobody else can use those things which I have bought it because I only bought it for myself. I'm not allowed to share. Okay, well, then you will very soon you realize you are so limited. And that happiness you're going to get out of it, that's what we call, it says in the Shastras, in the Vedic scriptures, that it's Shalbhangur, momentary. It could be days, hours, weeks, months, but it will go, it will disappear. And I just realized, Adi, you got your hands up. Adi, would you like to say something?
I have a question.
Yes, please, go on, Adi.
You know that you know the thing that you said before about no, the one before.
Okay, yeah, no, I just changed it. Which one?
No, what you said before, I meant.
Okay, what did I say before? I said a lot of things. Anything in particular?
About you know the other one, the part, that one. No, what you said before. I forgot what you said.
Okay, all right. So I was saying that if you have a lot of money, but you are not allowed to share with anyone, that you will not get a lot of happiness out of it. That happiness.
That was the one. That was
Yeah.
the one.
Okay.
How would you, if you have a lot of money, then how will you be poor?
You will be poor in a sense. See, because you can, whatever you will buy from that will be material in a sense that you cannot, your happiness from those things will be only temporary. Have you realized that if you will get a new toy, you get so excited? Well, we all do, don't we? For example, if I bought a new car, oh, I get so excited. I love it. I'm talking about it. Whenever I go inside, I take care of it so well. But what happens after a while? Well, it's just another thing. Like the toys. When we get the new phone, when we get the new book, anything we love, we are so attached to it. We would like to play. We spend so much time on it. For example, Xbox, PSP, video games, smartphones. Or if you really love the books, the book you have. So much attached to it. But after a while, you lose interest in those things. Have you realized it?
No.
If you haven't, then try this. Next time, anything new you're going to get, see that initially you will get so much attached, but after that, after a while, you lose interest with it. Right? And this is what we say, that if you only have money, then that's it. Your happiness is going to be very, very, very limited and very temporary. But if you have somebody to share with, and doesn't really matter how much money you have, but you have someone to share with whatever you have, then you will always be happy. Why? Well, of course, you can fight with the person, but it says that if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, take a company, go with someone. Why? Because if you're just yourself, of course, there is no one to restrict you, no one to limit you. You can go as fast as you want. But after a while, you will get tired. Why? Because there is no one to share. You might get success, and this is what happened these days as well. There used to be a time where husband and wife, they used to share the responsibilities. One person will do one, other person will do other. But these days, and then of course they will get the children and they take care of the children. But these days, more and more, both the parents are working, a lot more time going into earning money. So the family, middle class family, as we say, they have a lot of money to spend, but they are not happy. Why? Because they don't spend time with each other. A couple recently visited us, and they had their mobiles with them. They came along and they were on their mobile. Even while chatting with us, they were with a mobile. And we all are like that. It's not one couple or other. We all are affected by the material world. And this is what we're talking about. Now, again, it's not that money is not going to solve a lot of problem and we should not earn money. But we should realize that money is not the topmost thing. The family is. If one day somebody will say, and this happened actually, this was not sure where I read it, but I read it somewhere. It could have been one of the teacher who gave the example, and we call them acharyas. And so teacher was coming out of the temple, and there was someone sitting there who said, oh, I'm very poor. I'm the fallen soul. Nobody is worse than me. Please give me some food. Please give me some money. And the teacher said that, okay, I will give you £1 million. So what? Yeah, I will give you £1 million. Give me both of your eyes. So what? What? Yeah, I will give you £1 million. Give me both of your eyes. He said, no. He said, well, then don't say you are poor. You got 2 eyes worth £1 million. Okay, how about if you will give me your left hand for £10,000? Your right leg? Oh, how about your tongue? Oh, how about your kidneys, your liver, your heart? No. So how much you are worth, think about it. What we can do with this body, realizing this is the vehicle which could take us to enlightenment. This could take us to the liberation. This could take us back to Godhead, back to Krishna. And what we will do when we will reach to Krishna? We will serve Krishna. How? What do you think? If the father is there in the office, then father is working for someone and get money for it. But when father comes home, mother might say, could you do that? Or the son or the daughter could say, oh, daddy, could you come and play with me? Now, all those things father will do at home, father is not going to get paid for it. Or mother, if mother is working, mother is not going to get paid for all those things doing at home. But still they do with the pleasure, don't they? And this is what we call serve. Mothers, they take the opportunity to serve the children, and the same with fathers. Why? Because that's where we get the most taste. So another couple, they decided that they are not going to have children. Okay. After a while, 3 years later, they bought a dog. And I said, why did you get dog? They said, well, don't know. Felt like we need someone. I said, well, you have both of you. I said, well, yeah, but we got bored of each other after a while. And maybe that's the reason people do children. So they have somebody else to share their happiness and they serve. Nobody else could understand more than parents that how tough it is to serve the children, right? But this is what it is. And we all, parents, we get pleasure in it. Of course, not all the time. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But that's the reason. Even without getting paid, even without any expectations. Of course, some parents could think, oh, well, my children will grow old and they will take care of me when they are grown and we are very, very, very old. This used to be at one point, and still some of the children, some of the parents might think about their children like that, but most of the parents, they don't. So our nature, our dharma is to serve. And it says serve God with love. And again, serving is not with a hidden agenda. Oh, I will serve my dad and he will give me his favorite car, or he will give me the property, or he will give me a new game, Xbox or something. No. Or not to get afraid, oh, if I will not serve my mom, then she's going to hit me. No, it's with love because you would like to do it. This is our nature. And in the spiritual world, we can go and we can live happily, very happy, very, very, very happy. But now, obviously, some of us, we might not. Some of us will say, oh, well, I want to enjoy myself. Well, those people, and I'm not picking any, but think about it, those people who get diabetes, well, of course, it could be hereditary as well. Based on your karma, you could be, someone might take birth in that family where diabetes could come from hereditary. Yes, please, Shivani.
What are diabetes?
All right, okay, sorry. Thank you for picking me on that. Anything I say, if you won't understand, please let me know, like Shivani did, and Adi is very good in that as well. So diabetes is one of those things, so which it's a medical condition. When you have a bit more sweet in your body than your body could handle, in very simple terms, if I say, then which means your body is already so sweet that you should not eat more sweets. It's a bit complicated than that, but if you understand just with that perspective. So those people who have diabetes, they will not eat a lot of sweet. And again, the timing is very important. But why? But again, most of the time, people, so again, it could be hereditary that your parents got it and then you will get it. But most of the time, it's with your lifestyle. And lifestyles, they are our choices. Remember the 6 things which are predestined. Lifestyle is not in that. Lifestyle is in our hands. We make the choices. We make the choices. We're going to go this way, or we're going to do that way. Which way we're going to do? If we will misuse, then it will be a trouble. Now, this is the example of, if we say this, there's a real tree and there's a reflected tree. Now, some people, they consider the reflected tree as true. And this is the difference between spiritual world and material world. The first verse of chapter 15 Bhagavad Gita says this. What does it say? That material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual world. So there is eternal bliss in a spiritual world, but the reflection is there in material world, and we try to catch that reflection in material world. There is no pleasure here. It says dukh alya. Dukh is sorrow, sadness. Whatever the happiness we will get here, it's only temporary. We can get happiness only by serving each other. If we try to, so what I can do, I can buy things for you, you can buy things for me, and there's a lot of happiness in it, right? But if I will buy things for myself, I will be happy, but then I will have to buy another thing for myself. I will be a bit happy. Now, this is what it says. For example, if you have won something, you did a contest and you won, you were the first prize winner, and that thing you got it, you won it, you will cherish it for long. But if you just went to the market, paid for it, and you got it, then you will not enjoy that for long. Why? Because in the first example, somebody has given it to you by their own free will. And this is the relationship between us and Krishna. Krishna is not forcing us in anything. Okay, this is Goloka chart. We will discuss it later. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives Bhagavad Gita to Arjun. Arjun asked for it. Remember 2.7? Bhagavad Gita verse 2.7? karpanya dosho uphatas bhava prachami tvam dharma samuna cheta. So Arjuna is saying to Krishna that now I'm a surrender soul to you. Please let me know. I don't know what to do. Krishna didn't force Arjun. Arjun said, I have now become your. Otherwise, Krishna was very happy listening. When Arjun said, I want to hear from you. And this is what we call Mahavishnu. That who is the source of all. Okay, so remember this series we are just discussing why Krishna has created this material world. So remember quarter is our material world, rest is spiritual, millions of universes. Nobody knew it. Our Vedic wisdom said it. Vedas always said it. Bhagavatam always said it. That there are millions of universes. But for a long time, science didn't know. Science didn't believe in it. And then it says, material nature is dukhalya. Dukh is sorrow, sad, unhappiness. The spiritual word is vaikuntha. Vaikuntha. Kuntha is misery. Where is no. So vaikuntha is a place where there is no misery. So this is the difference between these two. So material world we will be. So don't be surprised when the sadness will come, the unhappiness will come. This is what's supposed to be here. It's like when you're eating sweet, you will be feeling sweet. If you will eat something hot, you will feel hot. But the only way is to go across it. Yeah, it's like the weather is hot. What will you do? Well, you can take care of what you're going to drink. Yeah. If it's cold, what are you going to do? You're going to wear more clothes. You can't really cry. No, I don't want hot. I don't want cold. No. This is what we do. We say, no, this is a dukhalya, but we will earn money and we will get more happiness. That's the reason we get. Why do we want to earn a lot of money? Of course, we need a bit of money so we can sustain ourselves and our family. But why do we want to earn a lot of money, more money than required? Because we want to enjoy. What people do with the extra money? What do they do it? If you think about it, if you go everything sorted what you need, more money you will get, what will you do? Well, of course, you can spend in the temple or you can build a new temple. More devotees will come. Shivani, you got your hands up, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. I just wanted to say that basically that like some people they want a lot of money because they want to be greedy for the first reason, and the other reason why they want more money is like obviously they obviously need money to survive, like to get some drink, like live in a house. But some people are too greedy and they get too much money and then they spend it just to live in luxury.
True, very true. Thank you, Shivani. That's so correct. Right? So what this picture says that part of Krishna in form of Paramatma is in everyone. In the material world, every soul is trying to imitate God. So God is the one who enjoys. This is what it says in Bhagavad Gita as well. That I am the only enjoyer. But everyone tries.
Don't.
And that's the reason we are bounded by.
So much free will that you can create your own planet. There have been examples in Shastra and Yoga.
Okay, Vikas Dubeji, I've just muted you because some background noise is coming. Thank you so much. So feel free, raise your hand, say something in chat. Okay, 4 minutes left. So we shall finish here.
Prabhuji, could I cut the call?
No, it's okay. Is it Krishna Chaitanya?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, we are about to finish. Let's finish on this slide and we will continue from here. That how three modes of material nature, they bind us. Why do we suffer? We suffer because we are in these three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, ignorance. And Bhagavad Gita chapter 17 and chapter 18 explains how we can decide which mode we are in, and then how we need to go into mode of goodness. And then later on, above went beyond of mode of goodness.
How do the neurons exist?
Okay, great. We shall end here. We have a couple of minutes left. Adi, would you like to do Hare Krishna Mahamantra?
Who's going to help you?
I have to go, Prabhuji.
Okay, Krishna Chaitanya, thank you so much. I will see you next week.
Okay,
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
All right, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. I think
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Chaitanya go. Yes, Adi, go on, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Adi. It's such a great timing as well. So thank you so much for everyone for your association, and looking forward to see you next week at 6 o'clock. So we will keep this time. Hopefully more devotees will be able to find it. But again, when the weather is going good, I think more and more is spending time out there in the park, which is fair enough. So we shall see each other next Saturday. Take good care of yourselves. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.